welcome back to our vegan dining room office.
We're back, but we don't have a recipe for you guys today. We have a Q&A.
Woo! And we have Lucy in the background panting like crazy.
Yeah,
it's really hot today.
We got lots of opinions, so let's get started.
I feel like these questions are mostly for you today because I feel a little bit
out of your element?
Yeah.
Well,
but let's just...
No, the second one's for you.
But I mean, overall. So let's just get started.
Right. Nick of Nick, Randy, and Pearl wants to know what our opinion of Fully Raw Christina is and the raw vegan diet. Now, if you don't know who Fully Raw Christina is, she has a YouTube channel on YouTube. She's written a book on the raw vegan diet, so she is an authority on raw veganism.
Okay.
I don't like to give my opinion on real people because number one, I don't know them.
Okay.
And number two, I don't know them. And
well, what do you think about her channel? Because I think you've watched her a bit. Honestly, I don't watch a lot of YouTubers, not because I don't like them, but just because I don't have the time right now. Well, but you've seen...
Yeah, from what I've heard both good and bad about her. I don't know what's true and what's not true because I don't know her. But I think what she's trying to do to promote veganism is a good thing. Although I've noticed some of her information is not accurate or safe at times about not needing to take a vitamin B12 supplement, and it's a little controversial.
I mean, does it really hurt to take one, even if you feel like you don't need it?
Well, some people are purists. And they figure, well,
only
I don't...
food.
Exactly.
Okay. I think it's a good thing to take a B12 vitamin.
It couldn't hurt, yeah. I don't think.
I feel like you'd have to take
maybe I'm wrong, I don't know.
A lot of it for it to hurt you.
You would know because it is excreted.
Yeah,
it's
but
not
I mean, like,
the kind
it would
that
take
builds up.
A lot to really hurt you.
Well, you'd have some bad problems, like...
Bad pee-pee
diarrhea. Yeah. Alright, so now I will just comment on what I think of the raw vegan diet. Again, I've heard a lot of good and a lot of bad about it. A lot of people complain that a raw vegan diet is very bad for your teeth because the acid in the fruits is very corrosive to your teeth, and a lot of people who are on that diet have ended up with a lot of dental work, a lot of cavities.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. I mean, you're not even supposed to drink like lemonade because like that's like worse than drinking soda because it's so acidic.
Yeah.
So I could see where it would be bad that way. It's a very expensive proposition to eat fresh fruits and vegetables almost exclusively. It's not sustainable unless you're in an area where you are available, you know, those things are available to you. Like, you can't get local stuff around here really in the winter, so you'd pay a fortune to have stuff, you know, yeah, and you don't know if it's organic. It's probably not because it's got to travel so far. So it's a nice diet if all of the things fall into place. Maybe you get some coatings on your teeth or something to keep you from getting, or like just brush right away or rinse right away, or I mean there's precautions and stuff you can take. Is it worth it? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. Do you want to jump through hoops and be on this raw diet? I've seen a lot of people do really well on a raw diet.
I will say, I like the idea of like a Whole Foods diet, and I don't mean just like buying from the Whole Foods store, because one time I was talking to a friend about that and he thought I meant like only Whole Foods.
Whole Foods? Yeah.
But I was like, no, lowercase Whole Foods.
Yeah.
I think that's great, and it's great to cut out all of those processed foods, but I think it's difficult to do a raw diet because, let's face it,
people love cooked food.
Yeah.
It's satisfying.
So, I totally respect people who can do it. I know personally I would not be able to.
Of food to satisfy yourself on a raw food diet because all of the food is extremely low in calories except for raw nuts.
Right, right.
So, it's difficult.
Yeah.
So that's our opinion on that.
Okay.
Alright. Many people have expressed an interest in talking about how you deal with anxiety.
Okay. So here's the thing, guys. I super appreciate everybody who left a comment last time.
It was really sweet.
Yeah, and talked about your own anxiety as well, because it's really comforting to know that there are other people that are going through similar things. So I want to thank everybody for that. Second, I was so like overwhelmed by your responses that I want to make separate videos about it. So I don't want to go too in depth right now.
Why don't you give us like your top 3?
Right, well I'm going to give you guys like a few tips for how I deal with it. Now I'm by no means an expert because I struggle every day with this. But I think one of the biggest things that has helped me and changed my life is having a regular exercise plan.
Yes.
I've always been like fairly active. You know, I played sports and stuff. Yeah. I dance. But when I started biking like 5 to 6 sometimes days a week, that has been so good for me. Because one of the things with anxiety, one of the reasons why it happens for me anyway, is just because I have like so much energy and like my brain is always going. So if I take some of that energy and put it into like a cardio workout or something, that's really good for me, because then I'm gonna be a little bit tired and my brain's gonna be like, you know what, this is not worth it. I'm not gonna waste my energy being anxious. So that's been really good for me, and it's a healthy habit because you're only helping yourself by exercising.
You feel better
almost every day.
You just feel better.
Right. You're releasing endorphins. I mean, I can go on and on about the benefits of exercise. So I would say that is one of the greatest tools for someone with anxiety. That's like a preventative thing, I would say. But I mean,
that
you
falls
could do
under
it.
Stay busy.
Yeah, you could do it when you're like freaking out too. You could. Yeah. To kind of just stop it. But I think of it more as like a preventative thing. Okay, number 2. Let's see. I also, like you were saying, stay busy. Excuse me, sir.
Sir, please.
I know sometimes it can be hard to distract yourself while you're kind of like having a panic attack or something like that. Like if you try to read or like watch something on TV, you might not be able to focus on it because all you can think about is the meltdown that you're having. So you gotta find something that works for you. I know when my sister and I used to be like freaking out, we'd be like, hey, I need to do like a crossword puzzle or something. Do you want to do this crossword with me? And that helped both of us. So
did you do it together, or did you make it into like a contest?
It was like a competition. Yeah, we would both pull it up on the computer and we would be working on that. So it was kind of like,
oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that now.
So we used to do that. So you just got to find something that works for you, that can take your mind off of it immediately. I feel like if you're doing something that is engaging your brain, it's going to be more effective than just like trying to sit and watch something. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's better to do than to just chill.
Yeah. I would say also, I mentioned my sister, it helps to have somebody that you can kind of like lean on a little bit. I think it's a good idea to let your friends and family know what you're going through, because they're not going to be like, you suck. You know, they want you to live well and they want to help you. So
I want you to be happy.
Yeah, if you have somebody that's saying like, it's okay, you're not gonna die. I know it feels like you're gonna die right now, but you're not. That is so huge. So make sure you have a good support system, and
or at least one person.
Yeah, at least one person that you could be like, hey, even if they're not even around, you can just text them and be like, I'm not feeling so great right now.
Yeah.
That's great. So
just a couple of words from them can make all the difference in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all I can think about right now because I didn't have time to like fully prepare for that. But I will be making more videos about my anxiety and like coping strategies and stuff like that in the future. So, yay.
All right. Third and final question. It's more of like a discussion, I think. Morris wants to know, do we know anybody with diabetes?
Yes, we do.
Yes. Actually, there's 2 different types of diabetes. There is type 1 diabetes and there's type 2 diabetes. My sister is a type 1 diabetic, which means, I guess it's like pretty much genetic. And you're gonna get it. There's no like not getting it.
You can't really reverse that.
Right, you can't reverse it. You're stuck with it. And there's the type 2, which is, I guess they call the lifestyle diabetes, which is also genetic. Genetics loads the gun. Environment and how you live fires it. So
that's a good way to think of it.
Right. If you are predisposed to get it and you don't have a healthy lifestyle, you're probably going to get it. But if you're predisposed to get it and you do have a healthy lifestyle, chances are you might not get it. So a lot of people don't realize that diabetes is controllable for the most part by
Type 2.
Yes, a diet. And by diet we mean a whole foods plant-based diet.
Right.
So
now that being said, everyone is different. So what might work for one person may not work and might be awful for another person.
Right.
So we're not saying this is like the end all thing.
I mean, there's exceptions to every rule, but it's generally accepted that type 2 diabetes can be reversed with a plant-based diet. That being said, I'm pretty shocked at the amount of people that I know with type 2 diabetes who don't manage their diet. They're just happy to take medication. And I can't understand, I mean, I don't know what their situations are, but I can't understand why they wouldn't just want to eat better. Because especially when you start taking medications, first of all, you start taking one medication. Number one, it's got side effects. So that's going to affect you. And number two, some of the side effects have to be managed by other medications. So you're in this free fall of, you got this medication, oh, now you got to take this one to like get rid of edema or whatever, and then you take the edema one, and you got to take this other one to lower your cholesterol, and you've got to lower your cholesterol, and that's messing up your kidneys, and now, so you're
it's a whole thing. You're
on a never-ending pharmaceutical list of things that you're taking all the time. Would it be so difficult to just say, let me give this a try?
I think it's worth a try.
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, if you try it and it's not for you, that's another story. But I mean, they won't even try. And a lot of it has to do with doctors not being educated about nutrition.
I think a lot of people assume that doctors
know everything.
Know about nutrition, but
they don't. They don't know. They get very, very little nutritional training in...
Not to say that doctors aren't great.
Med school.
They're heroes, but...
They are heroes in some respects, but let's face it, doctors get kickbacks from pharmaceutical companies, and they're not going to make any money if they say, hey, why don't you just try diet? I mean, it's kind of a little irony there, you know, that they're creating a situation where you have to keep coming back.
Yeah.
Instead of healing you, they're managing you, they're not healing you. So I wish more people would be more interested in nutrition, because I think they'd be a lot happier and they'd be on a lot less medication in the long run. So, I mean, am I right? I'm not wrong, right?
I don't think you're wrong.
Okay.
I think that book in the other room is very loud.
It is. It really
Sean
is.
has one of those books where you press the button and it plays a song. But anyway, that's what that is.
In case anybody, I think somebody had asked who Sean was also in the video. Sean is my son, her brother. He has autism. And he can be a little bit extra at times. Let's just say that. Especially when we're trying to film.
Especially when we're trying to film.
Yeah. So we'll leave it at that. But
thank you guys so much for the questions.
Thank you for the questions. And we would love to do more Q&As. If you have more questions for us, just leave them in the comments section, and we will try to answer them in the next video or the next videos.
Right.
She will be doing her anxiety videos in the future.
Once I get a little bit more free time, once work gets a little less crazy, I'll be working on those videos for you guys.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate you. And until next time, much love.